So today on the Dirty Kitchen, we're going to be making a pizza margherita. So first let's get the baking tray nice and clean. The oil in the bottom doesn't really matter, it's just the paper. Now we've got some good quality baking paper to roll out in here. Okay. Now just go get scissors to cut it off. So, cut the baking paper off. The other reason why I want to leave the oil in there is because on the previous time we baked, we used chicken, so the flavors should go into the pizza, the volatile flavors, and that's kind of good. Right, so now we've got that. Now I'm going to use maybe a bit over half of this pizza dough. This is proper pizza dough. It actually rises so it's live. Good for making pizzas in a Bulgarian style of pastry. So let's get it open. So let's see. That looks good. Some ordinary flour here. Bread and pastries. That right open. So I've chopped my dough in half, and I'll tell you why I've chopped it in half, and that's because this dough really rises in the oven, and but if you put the whole dough in, it just really becomes like a bread instead of a pizza. So now I've got to also preheat the oven, so I'm just going to preheat the oven. The oven should go to about 180. That's a good temperature for making a pizza. 180, 200 is also okay. So first you put on some tomato sauce. One second, let me just get some tomato sauce. We best to use a spoon so we can gauge an idea of how much tomato sauce goes on. Tomato sauce can't be too thin, otherwise it won't be moist enough, and it can't be too thick, otherwise it won't taste right. Spreading it with the back of the spoon. The edges and things. And that should be done. Now we'll get some cheese. Preferably I like to grate my cheese on a plate so you don't have to be grating up in the air like that. It's just easier. So put on more cheese than this. This is ordinary just yellow cheese I got from the supermarket. It's pretty good. So nowadays you can probably use any cheese you want that tastes nice to you. But I'm just using a generic cow's milk cheese. Really, a real pizza should have mozzarella cheese on it, but I just don't have mozzarella cheese right now. So that's gotten like that, so that looks nice, and you also want the cheese around the crusts too. So now I'll get some good parsley. Got some good quality parsley here. Can you see it? Yeah. Now, of course, you just got to wash it. And now I can just cut up some with a pair of scissors. You don't need a lot of parsley, you just need enough to cover the pizza. And the last ingredient we'll add, it's not exactly an ingredient, the last thing we'll add to this pizza is some tomatoes, small tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes. And then you can pull the pips off. They can be spread across here like this. I do recommend putting olives on there, but I just don't have olives right now, so I'm not going to put them on. I think that's enough, which is really good to eat without being on pizzas. So now, the oven, we've got to wait for the oven to get to temperature. I've got it at 180 right now. The oven must be at temperature, otherwise it doesn't cook right. It's too slow. Now remember, this is only half a dough. This isn't a full dough, because as I said, it expands too much. Already, this might expand quite a lot itself. Just like that. So I now put the pizza in. The oven's at temperature. Right, looks good. So you should keep an eye on the pizza for maybe take a peek at it after 10 minutes or so. It will vary differently from oven to oven because this is a fan-forced oven. You don't want it to melt your tabletop, so you should have it on something else. And then there's an air gap underneath, so we just got this granite block. You don't want any cheese on here either, because then the cheese melts on the heat of the oven and then it sticks to the granite plate, which isn't a good idea. I'm going to take it out of the oven. Looks good. Deadly Kitchen, thanks for watching.